Scandalous.
We were here in the last episode talking.
Yeah.
And we kind of just ruffled the surface. It wasn't really something that we had a deep dive on because it was literally, okay, this has happened and okay. Yeah. But, okay, in the last 2 weeks, bro, since we recorded, things have really popped off.
Accelerated at lightning speed.
It's like they waited for us to talk about it, knowing that we would have gone in probably. Yeah. I was like, nah, we're going to wait till Drizzy and Morgan Heights touch on this discussion, and then we're going to go in, because, boy.
Okay, can we refrain from using the word touch in this next topic, please? Because I don't feel comfortable, but carry on.
Okay.
Right, so, talk about it. I'm going to set the dinner table, and then you can serve, yeah? So the dinner table's set. Go ahead, sir. Act bad.
Phillip Schofield. Phillip Schofield
Sophie
is in a lot of trouble.
Let's put it lightly.
When we discussed it last time, we were just speaking about the fact that he had stepped down from this morning.
Because his
brother's out here
convicted of being
11 accounts
of
sexual abuse.
What do we call it over here, though? What do the Cockneys call it?
Nonsense.
Thank you very much, kind sir.
Yeah. And it's peak for him.
Shit.
It's very peak for him.
Seems like it runs in the bloodline, to be honest.
It's in the DNA. I got not me, but they've got in their DNA.
Allegedly, innit?
Allegedly.
No,
Allegedly. So we're talking about the whole fact that he had stepped down. After that, it spiraled out of control. There was rumblings about him and Holly Willoughby not getting along.
Yeah.
Again, that's an alleged. We don't know. But that's what we were hearing. It was happening.
Yeah. But it seems like that was almost like a little cover up to what was really gonna pop. Like, I think if in an alternate universe, he would have loved it if it was just me and her weren't getting on anymore. So I stepped down for the betterment of the show. Yeah. He would have just loved it to be that, and we kept it moving.
Oh, people would have loved it to be that. The UK and England, the majority of the people who watch this morning and empathise and love Holly Willoughby and Phillip Schofield especially, felt like it was brave that he'd come out in 2020 with regarding to him being gay.
Sidetracking though.
I was like,
is water wet?
Okay, like, I mean, all right. Let's just keep it 100. A celebrity of that stature coming out saying they're gay ain't a surprise. No one's surprised. Like, it's not. It's like, okay, cool. All right, so you're sleeping with Donnies. All right, cool. All right, bruv.
But but especially when they move a certain way, it's kind of like they're already laying the. Yeah, I can say that. It's like they're already laying the breadcrumbs.
Quick question.
To work it out.
Do you think he gives it or receives it?
What do you think? He's a bottom or a top?
Yeah.
I think he's a giver.
You really think so?
Yeah, he's a giver, man.
Act bad.
I think he acts bad. I can't lie.
Ask me that question in about 5 minutes when we deep dive. Pause. All right. Jeez. So Phillip Schofield's been on air for 38 years now,
bro.
It's a long time, bro. Long time holding that, suppressing that. It's a long time suppressing that. Married with 2 kids. You know what it is, when man go to you, when man try to defend somebody and go, oh, yeah, but he's married. Yeah, bro.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
I can't lie.
He's got 30 kids.
I have a lot to say about that, because married with 2 kids.
Yeah.
And then you... Cancer culture's out there, innit? So let me not say too much.
Say what you want to say and I'll edit.
Allegedly. I don't know, man. Something ain't right, man.
No. Bad.
There's no
cover up, but normally that's a cover up, isn't it?
No, but it don't make sense though, because surely if you swing
both ways,
yeah. If you like the booty hole,
all right, let me ask you a question. If you swing both ways, are you gay or you just what do you call
greedy.
it? What do you call it when you
greedy?
Yeah, craven,
greedy.
Yeah. I
one or the other.
Don't know what you want.
Greedy, bro.
Yeah.
But then I don't know though, because
you're double dipping.
Yep.
But it's obviously that he didn't like both though, because because for me personally, that just sounds mad.
Well,
there's no way you're telling me you're balls deep in the Puna on having youths and that, and then now you're gay.
Yeah.
Keep this guy microphone, bro.
All right.
He said clearly he doesn't like both. What's going on?
What he does, okay. I feel like Phillip Schofield is at such an elite level in status and money and celebrity that it's the only route that them man they go down, like where they don't. It's like nothing's enough. A wife and kids ain't enough for them, and at the end of the day, right? Let's keep it 100. Affairs happen all the time. Okay, this is not something new. People have affairs. My thing is okay. Let's go forward.
Forward.
Allegedly, he's been sleeping with a young runner who was on ITV at the time called Matthew McGreedy.
Bro, that sounds bad. He was sleeping with a young runner. That sounds crazy.
A young runner called McGreedy.
Bro, that sounds bad.
His name is Matthew McGreevy, and Phillip Schofield knew this Donny from the age of 10 or 11 years old.
So he groomed him essentially.
So there is a theatre school. Allegedly, there's a theatre school called Two Face, which is interesting, right? Which was like where Phillip Schofield was like a mentor, a patron at the school. So he already knew Matthew from the age of 10 or 11 years old.
Talent scouting. Like
right?
Football.
There's even deeper connotations and
Can we deeper? He just said, please. No.
There's even deeper rabbit holes that we can go down. Pause. But let's talk about the BBC interview and we can.
Okay, cool.
That was all kinds of wrong.
Yeah, no, but okay, cool.
He's saying that he met Matthew McGreevy.
I'm not even talking about that part.
When he was 15.
Okay.
And he followed him on Twitter.
Okay.
And then after that, they had a few conversations, and then he invited him up to ITV as an introduction. Right. What? See, this is the beauty of the internet. A guy called Jack Jones, who just got 1 million followers, all of a sudden was in a restaurant, and behind him, Phillip Schofield and this young Donny was having food, having dinner there. He's let off like one of those little party poppers. Say I've won them. I have acquired 1 million followers. Phillip Schofield's behind him, caught him on camera. Allegedly, afterwards, Phillip Schofield has told him, "Bro, you can't put that out on the internet," but didn't tell him why. When you look at the time frame, I believe it was like 2015. Matthew McGreevy would have only been, I don't know, he would have been young. He would have been underage.
Well, from the fact he's known him since 15.
Well, he's known him since he's been 10.
Apparently.
Allegedly, he's known him since. Well, no. What we're not going to allege is that there is footage of him in a school with the boy. There's a picture of him and the boy together in the school at 11 or 10 years old.
Fire for that.
So that's not alleged. That happened. I don't know what age he was when Jack Jones had made his little viral video, but he was still underage, and Phillip Schofield was sitting there having dinner with him. So she got caught then.
Do we know the restaurant? Because I don't want to be eating the sink. I remember seeing that. He was in the corner, wasn't he?
Yes.
But it was by the window, though.
Yes, no? And who was the boy?
But it's like you're sitting by the window, big Phillip Schofield.
It was Slug and Lettuce.
Bruv, one of them.
Probably, yeah.
One of them, bruv. So when in the BBC interview, he couldn't say that he was grooming Matthew, because let's talk about the word grooming. What does grooming mean? Grooming just means like you're assisting somebody in a business or a company, or
But you can use the term grooming on yourself. What is grooming? Keeping your beard
essentially,
in check.
Essentially, the term that's being used is when somebody you've known someone from a young age, and and essentially you've just done everything apart from have a consensual relationship with them up until they were legal age. So until they became of age. So you basically done X, Y, and Z, giving them job opportunities, knowing them throughout life, taking them for dinners and X, Y, Z. But you've literally waited to have this consensual sexual relationship until they were of age.
So you're basically laying down the foundations to then say, because look, you think about it, right?
Basically gave him a safe space till he was of age. And
Right.
then when he became of age, he went...
But think about all these things he's doing for him and not expecting anything in return.
Yeah.
At some point, he's going to be like, well, hold on a little one. I've done this and this for you. You're now working at ITV. You wouldn't have got this job if it wasn't for me. But now I need to cash in on my return. So
That's
that
fuckery.
bad.
What did he say on the BBC interview though? He was like, "Oh, nothing happened. I knew of the boy. He followed me on Twitter. I invited him up to ITV. I gave him a job on ITV, and then something happened. Like,
Or something just happened just like that.
something just He's like, so he's alluding to something moved from a friendship to we then started beating. I started clapping his cheeks. Now, the rumblings were before he had stepped down from ITV was.
I don't know if we can move past what you just said so swiftly.
We have
like
to.
that.
We've got so much to talk about.
No, but even then, I don't. For me, it's not even about the relationship stuff. It's the way he name dropped Caroline Flack into all of this.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
That was disgusting.
That was disgusting.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just think when you are so senior in status and as a human being in general, you should actually be protecting these motherfuckers, not actually trying to beat them.
Yeah.
Because again, this is my thing as well, right? Check this out. I'm going to ask young Jay this. Jay, if you meet a young child, right? I don't know, it could be a friend's child, it could be a young cousin, and you meet them let's just say you meet them from the age of 2. You have a interaction with them from the age of 2. You live your life, they live their life. You interact with them growing up. They become 35. You're older than them. They become 35. Do you or do you not look at them like a 2-year-old still?
I still look at them as a 2-year-old.
Thank you.
Even then, at 35, I'm probably looking at you like you're 15.
Thank you very much. That's how I see things, because I'm in my 40s. I'm in 46, and I've got younger cousins, nephews, people that I'm representing and protecting, right? And no matter how old they get, I will always see them the same way. They might have muscles, they might be big, they might have jobs, they might be travel. That's my baby, that's my nephew, that's my responsibility. So in this aspect, his argument was, Leonardo DiCaprio has younger girls on his side. No one says nothing about it. It's cool for him. And he tried to play the homosexual card, where we're all homophobic for calling him out on his fuckery. That's what he said in the interview.
Yeah, but that's a lot of like you're just grasping for straws, bro. Because
100%.
first of all, what Leonardo DiCaprio does is none of your business. And even though we don't condone what he's doing,
All of those girls are over the age of 21 anyways.
allegedly, and Leo be acting bad, man.
Yeah,
but
bad.
it's Leonardo DiCaprio, and that's none of your business. And 2 wrongs don't make a right. I can't stand when people try to clutch for scores.
I feel like that's the point that we need to understand. This is not a comparative. Why are we comparing things to make your situation seem like it's normal? It ain't normal, bro.
It's not.
And I feel like Matthew McGreevy had grievances, excuse the wordplay, but that's how we do, with Phillip. And in the BBC interview, Phillip is saying, he was asked, did you give pay for representation for Matthew?
Yeah.
So hold on a minute, wait. So you groomed him, you tumped out his batty, he spoke out, he was about to speak out, and now you're paying for his lawyer fees and everything else. What are we doing?
No wonder we're not hearing from him.
No wonder we can't hear nothing from him.
Because there's 3 sides to the story.
It's yours, mine,
and then the truth. And we're just hearing one side of the story.
Right now.
And he's still trying to beg or seek sympathy. after all this.
This is what I got from it. I'm looking online at some of the news outlets talking about Phillip Schofield after the fact that he had an interview on BBC. I think he had an interview with The Sun as well, right? And they're like, "Oh, we feel sorry for you." I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for him. He's sitting there going, "Oh, do you lot want me to die?" If you are doing anything to kids underage,
Fire for that.
fire for that. So I'm like, we are seeing a master manipulator. We're seeing the fact that allegedly he's paid 30 grand a month to like these crisis management team to help him basically navigate through the media outlets coming for him and things of that nature. Now, apparently his agent has left him. Apparently people have moved away from him. Obviously, Holly Willoughby don't want nothing to do with him. She was on this morning. She went on this morning and she said something. She said some cold-blooded shit. Yeah. And when you read between the lines with what she said, you could hear that she was just moving away from Donny. She basically might as well have gone on this morning and said, "I ain't got nothing to do with him."
Yeah, because she's saying stuff like, someone that we truly loved and cared for and trusted, let us down and lied to us and stuff like that. And yeah, but then there's also the Alison Hammond angle.
Yeah,
where she was on this thing just crying, bawling her eyes out.
Did you buy that?
Well, here's the thing. I get that you had a certain relationship with him that would warrant you to feel some type of way, because like it's someone you've got a work and a personal relationship, I assume, and now they're no longer working with you because they're, it's going crazy for them. But to be on live TV crying over them when they've put themselves in that situation, and it's not even like a situation where it's like they're an innocent bystander. They've been doing it for years.
It's crazy.
It just makes you look very, dare I say it, and I hate to use this for my own people, but he was looking very coonish.
Yeah, I hear you. I get that. Do you know what?
Why are we crying for him?
Yeah.
When he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
He's not going to be on the street begging for money. You're not going to walk on Oxford Street and be like, "Oh, right, that's Phillip Schofield just asked me 100%. For a pound, You should be saving your crocodile tears for what's going on with this kid. This kid's name's out there now.
Yep.
You said his name multiple times.
Yep.
His name's out there. Whatever job he had before, his life has literally turned upside down.
Peak.
Why are you focusing on the person who caused this aggro, and why are you crying over them when really your focus and attention should be on what's the mental state of this kid whose name is out there and he's not a topic of discussion?
I feel like we haven't seen the last of this.
Not at all.
Apparently this week ITV have to go to see the government.
Yeah, House of Parliament.
To talk about the situation.
Because the one of the main guys who's called Dame something, apparently he had an interview on Sky and they said to him, they asked him verbatim, is the stories true about the work environment there being very toxic? It's a toxic environment. And he said, you know what I think is toxic? Aubergine. Have you ever had aubergine? Like aubergine, I think that's a very toxic thing. Like aubergine. Bro, what are you doing? Why are you trying? What?
Yeah. What is that?
They asked you a question. They didn't ask you what you like in your salad.
Yeah.
They didn't ask you when you're horny, do you send your missus that emoji? Yeah. They said to you, is the work environment, which has one of the biggest TV shows, toxic? Yes or no? But in a typical Chris Brown dance versus Usher dance-off way, he skirt and goes, aubergine. Who the fuck is talking about aubergine, bro?
Do you think that they knew what was going on up there?
Bro, I just feel when your golden goose is golden.
When
When your golden goose is giving you that geese fat, that is putting you, allowing you to have a monopoly, a portfolio, should I say, of houses where you've got multiple mortgages, nice vacations, never having to worry about where your next penny is coming from,
jumping queues when the Queen died,
all of that,
normal.
You are gonna look. You're going Stevie Wonder meets Ray Charles mode, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Because, and I don't want to bring Donnie into this, but there's people in his entourage that saw R. Kelly moving a certain way.
Yeah.
But R. Kelly is their breadwinner.
Yeah.
What they're gonna do, even though they know what he's doing is wrong, but at the same time they're thinking, yo, man, this Donnie's giving me 10K a month.
Yeah,
I'm now the breadwinner of my family. Like I've surpassed my father as the head of the table.
So turn a blind eye.
Turn a blind eye. It's crazy. Even though you know morally it's not the way.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're thinking, I've got kids to feed, I've got my mum's needs medical assistance, the bills are high, boom, 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 boom. They're turning blind eye to a lot of stuff, bro. But the problem I have with these type of stories is when someone says, yeah, we've known about this for time, and I'm glad it's finally come out, and then it's like, well, hold on a minute. What prevented you from bringing light to this years ago?
But you know what happened? You know what happens? It's because when the story starts to come out, they then don't want to look like they are hiding anything. So imagine if everybody who was not saying nothing kept it all stum, and then one by one someone's talking out. If you're one of the people in that circle, it's do or die now. You can't not act like you don't know. So your next bet is to go, all right, fuck it. I'm not going to die for this. Yeah, cool. We knew, but we just didn't say nothing. Do you know what I'm saying?
And it's also his peak, because imagine you talk first and no one else talks with you.
This is the thing, but it's good to keep your receipts, man. Like, it's good to keep your receipts. Like, do it in a controlled environment. Maybe you go on a live or something, because you know everyone goes on lives now to pour their hearts out and stuff. Maybe you go on a live. It's in a controlled environment, and it just bothers me that when they come out, as soon as the story breaks, all of a sudden they come out of the woodworks like cockroaches. I've known. And then
it was Eamon Holmes,
but he's been doubling down.
But I think Eamon Holmes was talking about it before,
and he was alluding to it, and I think he was being very wise with what he said. But he was trying to give us just enough
breadcrumbs
to make us go,
Yeah, to question the motherfucker.
And then Carol Vorderman came out in support of Alison Heyman. Because there was someone who...
She was crying on...
Yeah, and there was someone tweeted her. I was like, oh, look at you, crying, crocodile tears, blah, 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 blah. And then Carol Vorderman replied back to that person, and she goes, listen, shut your mouth, because... You ain't got a leg to stand on.
Right.
Because you was fucking the prime minister while he had his wife at home.
Oh, shit.
And then, you know what Twitter's like. They was like, Carol, put your feet up. Let's do some research on that. And they started putting out receipts, pictures of my girl next to Boris, and then the articles. And it's like, yo, man, don't throw stones. When you live in a glass house.
Yeah. So obviously, going back to what you mentioned about Caroline Flack. Also, remember the whole Jeremy Carl thing as well. Where ITV are just not looking after their people, not doing
well-being. We just had Mental Health Week.
ITV
a couple weeks ago.
ITV don't know how to do damage control well.
They don't. They're shit at it. I feel like something's gonna happen, and I also want to say, watch this space, because I don't think this whole Phillip Schofield thing is over. And the research that I've done online, there's some shit that they're too. It's not factual enough for me to actually present.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Like, let's assume he's worked hard, because I'm sure he's been given some little backhand, shit. He's been given some little.
I think as well. I feel like somehow, some way, with his brother situation, evidence is gonna start piling up that says, "Yo, Phillip was involved."
Yeah,
I think that's.
Phillip,
I was going to get to that.
Phillip was sliding some of these young boys.
Bro, it was two brothers, man. They're brothers, bro.
And here's the thing:
brothers.
his brother was probably using my brother's Phillip Schofield card to entice and get these little boys round.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, what was happening was obviously the boy Timothy Schofield is his name. Timothy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Timothy Schofield.
Tim and Philip. That's
Timothy
crazy.
Schofield. Yeah,
PT.
He was doing a madness, and Phillip Schofield put a statement out saying he's disowned his brother. He's got nothing to do with him.
That's rich.
But apparently went to court and said he knew what his brother was doing. So if we're saying that allegedly, if you're saying that he knew what his brother was doing, and Phillip Schofield has got rumblings of this situation with this youth, it's all suspect, bro. It's all suspect.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
You know that statement of "I disowned my brother" was to cover up his.
Of
Yeah, of
course.
Because there's no way you can make that statement and then 2 weeks later your own story comes out.
Do you know what I felt? I felt like when Phillip Schofield did the interview, he was speaking too early. I think you shot your load too early, bro. Because you might have to, some of the shit you've said.
Yeah, you might have to reiterate and backtrack on. And
It's peak for you right now, bro. I think you should just shut your mouth.
But what drives? Listen. So you've gone to the school to learn to become a presenter. You've done the media training, this, that, and the third, yada yada yada. You've been given some little, obviously Philip, he's cut a few corners to get to where he's got to, right? But then you get to the point where you're at the pinnacle of a presenter's gig. Like, the only people that can chat to you is like Holly, because Holly does other gigs as well, and Ant and Dec, right? You get to that promised land of British TV, bro. You're doing Good Morning. You're presenting the TV soap awards. You're doing all these. You're doing games. You're hosting game shows and all that stuff. What makes you wake up one morning and go, you know what? Yeah, I want to throw all this away and fiddle with little boys.
Crazy.
Bro. It's mad.
I feel sorry for his family, man. I feel sorry for his family and the people that are he's destroyed the whole thing, bruv.
Bro, the shame. Can you
It's
imagine your
crazy.
the daughter's going to school and everyone knows your dad is Phillip Schofield?
Dad
He
is
said
whopping Utes.
Snow Burger King. He said the girls have been
around
rallying
around me
because they're keeping an eye on him because, like you said, the Caroline Flack.
Yeah.
He said he's had many thoughts of suicide. And it's like we don't take suicide lightly around here, but don't use that to try and get sympathy from me.
Don't do that
because you put yourself in this situation.
Yeah.
And let's turn the tables around. If the boy was making advances towards you, you're a grown man with a wife and daughters. You be like, yo, man, nah. I thought you were just a fan of the show or a fan of my work and you're trying to get a little work placement and be a, what do you call it, internship and all that.
Yeah.
Like, now you're trying to, push yourself up on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do that. And I'd out you, bro. I'm outing you with the swiftness, bro.
Bro, there's clips where he's live on TV giving the youth whiskey and that. Youth was an elf one year in the background, bro. And Phillip Schofield was giving him whiskey.
Stop. How did we get here? Man was an elf. Nah, you gotta relax. Let me get you a Santa Claus. Nah, you gotta relax.
I think he actually was as well, you know.
Bro. And
I think he actually
fire
was,
for that.
You know.
And you know what else is funny, yeah? You know what else is funny? A lot of the times they always say people do the most fuckery right in front of you.
Right in front of you. There was an award ceremony, you know, the soap awards or whatever. The youth was up on stage with Phillip.
The soap, yeah?
Awards. Yeah, bruv. Dropping the soap everywhere, bruv.
Bruv, listen. Like, Phillip Schofield, bruv. Like, just stop being on my TV from now, innit?
Yeah, it's peak.
Like, I don't want to see you on TV no more vaping like you're flipping down Archway or flipping
and you know,
fire.
He's just making himself look like even more of a neek.
What? Who?
Piers Morgan.
Yeah, but bruv, when is
fire for Piers Morgan?
When is he not? And this is why these dumbasses say they come out with stuff and then they got to retract. He's gonna have to retract all of that.
What did Piers Morgan's like? Oh,
why are we piling onto him?
Yeah. And we got to think about his mental health and all that. But meantime, you invite the young Don, who clearly is trying to find his way in the world, on your show, and you try and berate him. and blow it.
We get to that.
And then,
Fire
and
for
then,
Piers
and then
Morgan.
bring
We got onto that, which leads me to this week's Why Don't You Just Shut Up? Why Don't You Just Shut Up goes out to Phillip Schofield for talking way too early about what he's dealing with. He went on BBC, he went on Sun, or you had an interview with the Sun, and he said mad shit on there. Lots of stuff was contradictory. A lot of stuff was a lie. A lot of the stuff you alluded to, and we know the truth. So, yeah. Phillip Schofield, if I was you, I would shut up. Keep your mouth shut for now. 1, 2. Yo.
Now we come to the payoff.